Yeah, I'm Steve Cotton, the game director on Forsaken.
And I'm Scott Taylor. I'm the project lead on Forsaken.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, what do you do?
It's just for the business card, the game
Yeah,
director. We have a big team that works on Destiny, and we have a lot of teams that dive in and they think about individual things on the game, like Gambit or raids or destinations. The game director has to try to keep everything in their head and sort of make sure that everything that's being done is in the interest of making Destiny the best game it can be.
So the project lead, it's weird. I mean, it's ultimately working with Steve to make sure that the game comes out and is really awesome. So they say it like it needs to ship at quality, and so that means, you know, if you pull that apart, it means it needs to ship, which is all the nuts and bolts of like making sure that it's staffed properly, that the test plan is good, that everyone's doing the right things, and then quality is working with Steve to make sure that like it's hitting all those beats to make sure it's worthy of being a Destiny game. And we work really closely together and with the teams. And yeah, my day to day is just kind of making sure that that train is running and that Steve's under control.
Well, Scott helps. But no, I mean, there's no way you can know every little detail that's going into a game like Destiny. There's secrets that even we learn like on the day that we launch that people have kind of woven into the game. So yeah, it's tough to keep everything in your head, but mostly it's about the big decisions, the high-level goals of the game, like how much of the hobby we want to bring back, how much of the lore we want to put back into the game, that kind of thing.
I think at Bungie right now. There's a little over 700 people, but that's for the franchise. That's not just like Forsaken.
Right.
Yeah. Who is the most dangerous?
The most dangerous?
Probably our own ambitions. Maybe?
Yeah,
Like
probably us, right? Scott's the most dangerous, I think. I think that the ones that we're trying to make the most happy is the community, the players, and so they're the biggest focus. And to be honest, like we're players ourselves, so that's where our focus comes in. That's where we try to make the game something that is going to be exciting to us, but exciting to the millions of players that want to play Destiny as a hobby.
Yeah, one thing that I don't know if people think about, but the game process of making these decisions is much more organic. It's not a top-down, like your publisher says you need to do this, or the like executives at Bungie. We go, hey, we want to kill Cayde. We're going to tell these stories, and we're going to make this game mode. And people are like, that sounds cool. Like, go do that. And so it's a very supportive atmosphere. And really, I can think of 0 times when anyone's been like, don't do that thing. We've been able to, like, the thing at Bungie we do is assemble teams and then let them make a cool game. And so I think people might be surprised at how organic that is. Like, we kind of sit in a room and come up with ideas and go vet them with other smart people and then go build that thing. It's in that way, it's actually fairly simple and kind of amazing. And so I don't think about all the other noise because it doesn't really affect us.
I think from minute one, Activision was a huge fan of the concept of Destiny and wanted us to just do what we do best, make a game that brings a brand new universe to players, like fills it with sci-fi and fantasy and really, really smooth shooting mechanics. And so like that's what we do, and we make the thing that we think is going to be the best.
Yeah. Chris Barrett actually had the initial idea as the game director of the live game right now, and
I think it's
that was the original nugget. Like if you go all the way back and do forensics, like he had the original idea about a Tetris attack type thing and an endgame PvE only mode, and then we got Lars and had him start building out a team. And
it was a really nice blend of like the team, the small team that we put together to make Gambit already wanted to do something where we merged PvE and PvP together. They've been wanting to do that for a while. Chris Barrett, who was the creative director at the time, was like, he had an idea about like a Tetris-style puzzle attack mechanic. And so he put them on their way, and he said, "Hey, like you got full creative control. Go make something really cool in this space." And then Gambit evolved from there, and we added things as we saw.
The Primeval. And
we added the bosses and the Primevals and the invasion
Drifter
mechanics and the blocker mechanics, and it sort of just built on itself, and it was very clear that we had something that's pretty
It
special.
was really interesting because we also didn't have a lot of what we call prior art, so it's not like it's comparable to some other. There's not some analog that's obvious, like, oh, it's this version of this. We started realizing, well, this is really fun, but it's a new thing to discuss and talk about, and so it's been really gratifying to have people play it and understand it, because there's a lot of information being thrown at the players, but there's also a real simplicity and elegance to just killing monsters, picking up things, putting them in a bank, and then there's some deeper strategy that people can find. So, it came similar to what I was saying before about the process being organic. Like, we took someone who'd worked on Firefight and PvP, and he kind of identified the kinds of designers and artists that he wanted, and got them together, and they'd had an idea of wanting to do something similar for a while, and then they were going, and because they were so successful, we were able to just, Steve says this a lot, able to kind of go play and nod, say, hey, keep going, guys. And that was our role, was just kind of supporting them and making sure they had what they needed, and just playing it and enjoying it. Well, in some ways it's easier because you have more information.
Yeah. Some ways it's easier, some ways it's harder, I think.
Yeah, because your plan evolves. Like, if you think back to when we started this, we evolved. We embraced things like triumphs and collections after people were giving us feedback about how D2 launched, and the focus of how Gambit would work, and vendor ranks, and all these and progression. All those things are informed by the community feedback we get, and we did this community summit. That was amazing.
Yeah. So I think the feedback loop makes it easier because you're always getting feedback on the game, and so that's great. The iteration time, the time that you want to give that, you want to be able to react to that feedback, and it's like everybody has feedback and they want it right now. They want that thing right now, and it's like some things that we do take time. We want to take risks when we want to do something that maybe players don't even expect. Like, everybody thinks that they know everything they want, and we want to do things that are going to surprise them and delight them, like Gambit. And so those things take time, and so we have to find the right balance of spending time to do the thing right, or to try to get something out there that's quick and getting and sort of addressing maybe the problems that are happening in the live game. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
well,
yours.
I don't want to. That's okay though. I'm ready. I have a few.
Do I gotta pick just one? I can only pick one.
Yeah, pick one. Yeah.
I'm really proud of the team because they did a tremendous job. But I'm proud of the Dreaming City. I think that people are, when they get to the Dreaming City for the first time and they see the amount of energy and effort that we put into the Dreaming City, making it an in-game destination, and all the secrets and lore and things that are in there, and then the challenges that await them, and how long that we think that's going to last and change over time. That's where we want to take the evolution of Destiny, and so I'm proud of what the Dreaming City does, takes that step.
I'm gonna cheat because whatever. I have two, but they're really one.
I just committed to one. That's not fair.
But watch this. It's magic. I'm gonna get him to be one.
I have another one.
No. So I believe that our story is very, very strong and really awesome, and so I think players who love a great campaign and a great story are gonna have something that they're really excited about. But the part two that's tied to that is how our boss characters are integrated into the story. So you have these amazing boss encounters that are like elegantly woven into the story and the fight, and then that informed all the missions on the Tangled Shore, and that informed the spider, the new character we have there, and that informed the bow. And so, like, some of those key decisions about the story and the boss characters informed a bunch of the rest of the game, and so that I'm the most proud and excited about how that story goes into the gameplay of Forsaken.
That's one.
See?
That's one. It's all one.
That's one. I said like 8 things, but I think it was one.
And Gambit, we're both really
Gambit
excited about
is kind of my
Gambit.
go-to answer for that, but we talked a lot about Gambit. Do we think about it?
Oh yeah,
we think about it.
Yeah, we think about that. We think about a lot of stuff along those lines.
We are fans of.
We're
I love
fans
the
of
Switch,
that.
and I love
Yeah.
my phone, and that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But nothing. It's nothing sadly to announce about that today. But we do think about it.
Yeah.
What's going on? We got this game? What's going on?
Well, first of all, I need your help.
What do
I
you
need
need?
your help to do a strike.
What's that? What's a strike?
So we go into the strike. I need it's a shooter.
Okay.
Okay.
I
You
like
like
shooters.
shooters.
Yeah,
I know you like
that's
shooters.
amazing.
And I really need a friend
Well,
to take me through the
Oh.
the shooter because I'm just not getting it done.
sure.
No. It basically the best shooting you could imagine.
That sounds good.
All right. Sci-fi, fantasy universe.
I like that.
You like that, right?
That's great.
It's good. You're agreeing with me.
This is amazing.
And I got this sweet set of gear that I'm trying to get, and you can help me get it. But you can also get your own.
Oh, I
and you
get
don't
my
have
own?
to play. I'm a Titan, but you can be. You probably shouldn't be a Titan. You should be a Warlock or a Hunter. I mean, you like those fantasies, right?
I do.
Okay, yeah.
Like floating
So,
around and like doing magic. Can I do that?
Yeah,
Oh my
space
God.
magic, and you're gonna love it. But I need your help.
Oh, I'd love to do this. This game sounds amazing. What's
See?
it called?
It's called Destiny 2 Forsaken.
Oh my God. Why hasn't anyone told me about this before?
I have no idea, man. And you've been living in the dark because this is amazing.
I'm super excited. This is great.
Eric!